Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we are going to be testing out a dupe palette that I picked up from Hush. This is a dupe for the Anastasia Prism palette, and this palette is only $12 on the website. If you guys don't know about Shop Hush, it's a very affordable website where you could get a lot of dupes palettes. This is the Prism palette. You guys know how it looks. This is the inside of it. The palette that we are going to be trying out is the ARUA palette from Bad Habits. I look at the shades. This look a little more pigmented than the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. Getting into the dupe palettes more, I'm just spending so much money on the palettes, but this is the ARUA palette. And this palette is pretty new on the website. And the ARUA palette, it comes in a mirror. The only thing that you don't get in the palette is a brush. This is the ARUA palette. This is $12, and I'm gonna put Anastasia right next to it. This is it. I'm gonna come back a little bit so you guys can see the exact same thing. I just think that it's look way much better than the Anastasia palette. The names on the ARUA palette is different from the Anastasia palette, but Throne is the Anastasia eyeshadow and Ecstasy is in this palette, which is a green eyeshadow, and it looks so much brighter than the Anastasia eyeshadows. In the Prism palette, I did try Throne before. I'm not gonna try that color again. I'm gonna try something else. I'm going to dip into the Prism palette first. I'm gonna go with Satin, which is this brown shade here, topaz color. This side with the Prism palette and the other side with the Bad Habit palette. I'm gonna use it on my crease. I'm gonna do each color separate so you guys can see the pigments, what it looks like, if it's one lighter than the other one, and we're gonna see, girl, we're gonna see. Yeah, so this is the same shade here. In the Prism palette, I want to try the brown color, the darkest brown in that palette. I'm going to take that shade right there, and I'm going to take it and I'm going to put it right in the corner of my crease. And I'm going to bring it in a little bit. I'm going to take the other palette, which is Aura, and I'm going to use Vibes, which is the darkest brown in that palette. And thank you so much to Julie, my friend here on YouTube. She watches my videos all the time. And girl, thank you for hooking your girl up with this palette. This is the shade that I want to use. It looks way much brighter in the dupe palette. And this is the dupe palette. This is the shade here. I'm going to take my finger and I'm just going to dip into this color here from this Prism palette, and I'm gonna place it on my eyelid. Using this one from the Prism palette, really hard to come off. I'm not just saying that because whatever, but I did test out this palette before and I told you guys like it's okay for me. So I know exactly how the shades works. The one here, which is Destiny, I'm gonna take this shade here and I'm gonna place it. I'm gonna try to see if I could get more with the brush. I didn't tap it, my bad. And that's what I don't like using brushes because of this. It's just too much fallout when you do that. I'm gonna go back into the Prism palette and I'm gonna use the same shade that I used. Can't get a pale with the brush with this one. So you see the difference, both of them looks. When I use the brush for the shade, I'm not really getting anything on the brush, so I had to use my fingers again. But with this side, with the dupe, I feel like it's more brighter. You see the pigments much better. And tap up my brush a little bit before I put on the eyeshadow. So this is why I get the fallout, but that was my fault. With the Prism palette, I'm gonna use as the first color that I used in the beginning. I'm just going to go back on top of this and just blend a little bit. Also with the other shade, I'm gonna take the same color that I used in the beginning, the brown, and I'm just going to place that on the top. My bottom lash, I'm gonna go in with the Prism palette, and I'm gonna take this dark eyeshadow here, and I'm just gonna place it under my eyelid. Yeah, I'm gonna use this black shade here. See, I forgot to dust it up again. From the Dupe palette, I want to go in with another shade. I'm gonna take this color here. I don't know if this is gonna look good in my tear dots. Let's see. Ooh, wrong place. I'm gonna go in with the Prism palette, and I'm gonna take the same shade, which is this shade right here. This shade's a little brighter than the one in the other palette. I'm gonna put a little bit more so you can stand out with the other one. This palette from the website is very new, and I think it's very much worth the money. Prism palette look a little more darker than the Dupe palette. The colors that I use in the Dupe palette is way much better than the Prism palette. If you guys could see from this eye, from the right side of my face, this is the Prism palette, and the other side is Dupe palette from Bad Habits. The shade, which is Destiny, is really much better on this eyelid. If you guys see, it's much brighter, much more pigmented. The other shade that I use, which is the black eyeshadows, the black eyeshadow from this palette, it's much more pigmented than the Prism palette. I will put the website in the description box for you guys. Palette is only $12 and is really worth the money. Let me just give you guys some swatches of the palette. On this hand is all the dupes, so these are the shimmer shades, and this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Prism palette. Just look at it, my favorite color right here. These are all the matte shade from the Prism palette. And you guys know I'm in love with black eyeshadows. Look at this here, it looks very pretty. But look at the other shades from the Dupe palette, and just look at this black right here, girl. Pigmented than the Prism palette. Like, I can't believe this. It is worth it. Go get that palette and save yourself some money. So I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.